Everybody, Frugal Farmer here. Had an old memory looking at this old wagon. When I was young, guys used these to still get around in. They'd carry them on the highway. Normally they had mules. Mules were real popular down around where I was from. You don't see a lot of people breeding mules anymore, but they're real popular. My dad farmed about 500 acres on this one farm. Had a stand of longleaf pine. There was a gentleman used to come to the house to get my dad's permission every year to harvest that longleaf pine off there. And this is before you had these big baling operations like you do now. He'd get it and then use it to put out his landscape at people's houses. But he drove a mule and wagon. He'd come up to the house and he could back that mule and wagon out from the house. And I always wanted to ride on it, but I guess the extra weight, he didn't want me on there. Not that I was that big then, but you know, the mule was used to pulling him and he didn't want to be bothered. But he was a gentleman, I can say that about him. And he'd come every year to ask my dad's permission. My dad even tell him, said, you know, you don't have to worry about coming back. You can do it next year. But he'd still come back to make sure he had permission to harvest it. And he's always dressed, you know, how even though the work he was doing was intensive labor work, the man was always dressed very neatly. Even though he drove a mule and a wagon, he had a lot of pride about his appearance. And his mule looked good to me, you know, for how much I know about mules. And not a whole lot, so you can take that for what it's worth. But his wagon about like this. He had a little seat up front he sat in and made his way around the countryside. But you don't see him anymore hardly, unless somebody's got regular car tires on them and they're doing it for pleasure. Thanks for coming to see me. Come back again when you will. Share, comment, like, hit that subscribe button. God bless you.